In future, in near future, and I believe it's coming very fast. So in near future, everything which is being worked as a part of the traditional and conventional SAP practice, that is going to get changed. Okay. So any idea, any of you can tell me anything about the cloud strategy of SAP? I mean, what do you understand by cloud offering? We often talk about the on-premise and cloud solutions, right? So, any one of you, if you can tell me, what do you basically understand with these two terms, the cloud hosting and on-premise hosting? Then we can move ahead. हाँ कौशिक बोलिए.
Yes, sir.
हेलो
ऑन प्रमाइज इज बेसिकली
अभी इसमें आप बता
मतलब
दीजिए जो
जैसे
मैं
हम
बता रहा
हमारा
हूँ
जो
तो
कंपनी का प्रमाइस है उसमें हम
आपको
सर्वर
लग रहा
रूम्स
है कि
बनाते
गलत
हैं
बता
तो
रहा हूँ
उसी में
बता दीजिएगा.
हमारी चीजें जो हैं
Sorry, sorry, समझ में नहीं आ रहा. I mean, there is a lot of background noise. हाँ,
अब
go
ठीक है
ahead.
सर.
हाँ, it's okay now.
हाँ सर बेसिकली ऑन प्रमाइज होता है कि हम जैसे कंपनी प्रमाइसेस में ही हमारे सर्वर रूम्स होते हैं और हमारा जो भी डाटा है वो
आप
सर्वर
बीच में
रूम्स में
कहाँ पे और
एक डाटा बैंक में सेव
चला है तो वो उसका
बट क्लाउड में हमारा जो है
बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट मैच कर रहा है.
हाँ एसएपी के ही प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाके सेव होता है जो मतलब बेसिकली क्लाइंट वाइज वो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट होते हैं और एक एक उसमें एडवांटेज है कि क्लाउड में हमारा जो है स्पीड काफी अच्छा होता है देन ऑन प्रोमाइज एसएपी प्लेटफॉर्म.
Okay, okay.
दिस
Good.
मच आई नो.
ठीक है. It's good. Anyone else? Aman?
Yeah. So basically, on-premise means the data is the servers are physically present somewhere at a particular data location. So if any manual changes we need to do, we need to visit the data center and make some port changes or like suppose RAM change or hardware change we have to do. We need to physically go there and make the changes. Whereas in the cloud we can sit anywhere across the world and make the changes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So, see, guys, when we talk about on-premise solutions, that means the servers or the services, the SAP services which are running in your SAP landscape may reside in your own data center. Data center means the place where your SAP server runs. Okay. It may reside in your own premises, or it may also be uh, given as a contract to the service data provider as a hosting partner. For example, if you talk about SIFI, NetMagic, all these are the service providers which will actually host a lot of a large number of hardwares, the servers in their in their own data center, and you can choose for some of the services from their side. Okay, for example, if we are into the data center hosting business, then what we will do, we will purchase hundreds and thousands of hardware servers in our premises, and we will start renting them out to the different customers. This is also called a on-premise solution only. This will be not called as a cloud solution. Okay. Now, when we talk about the cloud thing, it actually there are actually few players in the market available for the cloud solutions, cloud hosting, like Google Cloud Platform, GCP, Azure from the Microsoft. You might have heard about the AWS, also Amazon Web Services. All these are the big players in cloud hosting business. Now, SAP has partnered with all these cloud providers to host their SAP services. Okay. Now, what SAP want is before. Let me take you back to in year 2020, around 4 years ago. SAP was hosting its own data center, and it was having its own cloud infrastructure, which was known as HEC environment, HEC environment, HANA Enterprise Cloud. You might have heard about. SAP was focusing to migrate all their prospects, customers, the big customers, to HEC enterprises, HEC environment, so that it can, get the revenue from infrastructure hosting part also, plus the product licensing part also. But that model actually didn't work and didn't go well with SAP because of lot of dependency on the infrastructure side and product side. So that model actually got failed. Now, to overcome the losses, what SAP did a partnership with other cloud providers like AWS, GCP, and Azure, and Control S, and there are Alibaba. All these are the cloud hosting partners which are working with SAP as a ECS services, enterprise cloud services, which we also call it as a PC partners. Okay. So right now what SAP is doing, SAP is pushing all the customers to migrate their SAP workload from on-premise to the cloud environment, wherein SAP will provide all the all the infrastructure related services to customer, and thus minimizing their overheads related to the infrastructure maintenance. When we talk about the cloud environment, there are two models available. One is public cloud and another one is the private cloud. Okay. Public cloud means everything is being hosted as a service, and as a customer, you just need to subscribe to that service only and start consuming those services. This is one model of cloud. Another model of cloud is private cloud. Private cloud means there will be a dedicated network environment, especially manufactured, or maybe you can say specially configured for a special customer, and that environment, that network environment will host the customer specific servers only. Then that model is called a private cloud. When we do the migration from on-premise to private cloud, that means whatever the way you are working in your on-premise environment using the SAP GUI and other tools, you will still continue to work like that only when we choose for the private cloud. For example, the RISE migration. When we do the RISE migration, that is an example of your private cloud migration, not the public cloud migration. Hope I'm clear with this statement. Okay. Now, when you choose for the public cloud migration, then you no longer is going to log in into your SAP system using SAP GUI. Your SAP environments, your SAP products, SAP systems will reside on public cloud, which is whole and sole owned by the SAP only. You have to just subscribe for those services and you'll start consuming all those services over the cloud. And we call this model as a Grow with SAP. So are
Sir,
we clear?
sir, could
Yeah,
you please
go ahead.
just repeat the last one?
The Grow with SAP, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the Grow with SAP is a public cloud model where SAP hosts the SAP services on the public cloud, and you won't be able to use it as a traditional SAP GUI. As for HANA Cloud means it's a public cloud offering, and you have to just subscribe to the S/4HANA Cloud services, and then you can start consuming it using the BTP URLs and all. So
Sir,
these two models.
basically BTP is totally dependent on the public cloud.
Let me come to the BTP part. Right now I'm talking about the cloud environment. So are you clear about the cloud? How many
Yes,
cloud offerings are there? Cloud models are there? The public cloud and private cloud. Okay. Now, when we talk about the SAP environment, there are two technologies which are terms which are very often used: the Rise with SAP and Grow with SAP. Okay. Rise with SAP means that will become a private cloud, and your SAP systems will be running on the SAP in SAP network as a RISE deal. Grow with SAP is a public cloud, and your SAP services are running on the Grow environment or in SAP environment. Now, consuming a product and the continuous engineering and development and regeneration for the business continuity, you might need to do some changes in your existing systems as well, like the development. If any new requirement comes with the customer, what we usually do in our traditional SAP landscape is we do the programming, we do the code changes, Z program, all these things in SAP GUI, we roll it out in the development. We do the development in your dev environment, move to quality, and then roll out in the production. Now, when you are on the cloud environment, either on RISE or on BTP, in Grow, you need to have certain tools and technologies which will support you to do those changes. If you are in private cloud, in RISE deal, you still can do the same changes. I mean, your development in the similar manner what you were earlier doing in your on-premise environment. That is, you can use your SAP GUI and SEAT and other tools to do the development. But if you are on the public cloud in Grow with Rise deal, you cannot do those changes using SAP GUI. In that case, what you will need is the BTP environment to do those changes. BTP environment is the platform. It's a, you can say, it's a, yeah, it's a platform only. It's a platform which provides a foundation to do your development work for SAP, which is hosted on public cloud. Okay. In RISE environment also, if you want, you can use the BTP tool, because whenever you move to SAP environment like RISE or Grow, your BTP account is already activated. Now you can use that BTP environment to do your day-to-day task, or maybe if you want to do some enhancement, or you if you want to do some side-by-side development, you can use that. There are certain developments, development requirements in which you might need to extend your functionality, the SAP functionality on cloud side, instead of using your um, conventional programming model. In that case, you would like to use the BTP functionality to do your new development. So that is the use of BTP environment. BTP environment basically provides two type of foundation for you to work on. That is is the Cloud Foundry, and another one is Kaima is there, and one there is one more platform available, environment available, that is the ABAP Cloud environment. All these environments are available for you to do your developments whenever your customer is already migrated to the SAP Cloud, be it the Grow with SAP or Rise with SAP. In other terms, if it is in, it may be lying in your private or public cloud. In both the cases, your BTP services can be used. ठीक है? Any doubt?
Yes, sir. Two questions I have.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the ABAP team, there will be a tool to
Mm-hmm.
perform the task at the BTP with the for the Grow for the public cloud. What
Okay.
will the basis team will do once the BTP server is built, the configuration to the on-premise server has been done? What next for the basis team?
Okay.
Yeah, and my second question is that who decides to which private or clouds or the public? Means suppose there is an organization of 200 employees. Who will decide for them like on which cloud service they will opt for, whether they will go for private or public, and on which criteria it is done?
Okay. So, see, first of all, for the migration thing, SAP has already mandated that all the customer needs to go on S/4HANA till 2027. Okay. Now, suppose if a customer is running ECC 6.0 ERP product in their on-premise, now it becomes mandatory for this customer to convert its system into S/4HANA. Okay, by 2027, by the end of 2027. Now, when the customer will start looking for the conversion, obviously the licensing part will come into the picture. Customer will contact with SAP that we want to do our conversion. Now the licensing and everything will get changed. In your ERP system, there is a different licensing model, and in your S/4HANA, there is a different licensing model. SAP has stopped giving new licenses to any customer for S/4HANA on-premise. So now it becomes mandatory for the customer to go on RISE, either on RISE or on Grow. Okay, in order to get the S/4HANA license. Now there is a confusion for the customer whether to go for the Grow or RISE, because both are the cloud model. Now it has to decide, customer has to decide which one is better for me. The answer for this question is it depends on the usage of the customer. I hope you guys might have heard about the FUE model, the full usage equivalent. If the customer is a small customer running only say 100 to 150 users are there in their system, then obviously they will go for the Grow with SAP. But if it is a very big customer, then it becomes very complex task to migrate the workload to Grow with SAP, because Grow with SAP provides a S/4HANA cloud version, which is not customizable, rarely customizable. It's a standard, all the standard solutions are provided there in S/4HANA cloud, and very limited customization is possible on that. And most of the big customers have a lot of customizations, Z reports, all this and that. In that case, the customers where a lot of customizations are there, we recommend to go with RISE with SAP, because the customizations can be done on private cloud on a very higher level as compared to the public cloud versions. Okay, and wherein for the customer where their customization is very low, or maybe some of the new customers which are going for the greenfield implementation, they can decide to go for Grow with SAP, the public cloud version.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Any other doubts? Anyone? From the basis point of view, Aman, you asked that what basis will do.
Yes, sir, for BTP.
So when there is a cloud migration, first of all the services which are running on cloud environment, either it is public or private cloud, BTP will come into the picture. Development team will do the development in BTP environment, but that is only possible if the environment is ready for that consultant. Like the same way, a developer can start doing its development if and only if your SAP system is available in the landscape. And that is provided by basis team. Basis team does the installation. Now your role will change from installation to provisioning. You will be the BTP administrator, and this comes under BTP administrator job, where what you have to do, you will enable the services, you will provision the environment. For example, for developers, you will enable the development environment like Cloud Foundry, ABAP Cloud, schema. All these environments will be provisioned, configured, and activated by the basis administrators, BTP administrator. Forget about basis. Now your role would be BTP administrator.
Okay.
Okay. As a BTP administrator, you will be provisioning all these services, and the consultants will start using these services only if these services are activated, configured, and provisioned by BTP administrator. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose customer says there is a new requirement from the customer side. There are some other new integrations are coming on your way. So earlier, what you used to do, you used to work with PI consultant, right? For integrations and interfaces.
Yes, right.
Do the configurations, partner profile creation, all this, that thing, and work with the PI consultant and do the integration, right? Now,
Right.
here, the same thing is there, but with different technologies. What you will do, you will provision, configure, and activate the integration suite. You will set up the connectivity services between your integration suite and the backend S/4HANA system, S/4HANA Cloud or S/4HANA Private Cloud, whatever the S/4HANA system is there in the landscape. And then you work with the PI consultant to configure that integration.
Okay.
Yeah. So from the basis point of view, there are two types of basis activities, basis consultants or basis role, I would say. One is infrastructure basis and another one is application basis. From infrastructure basis point of view, what we have to do, whatever activities which involves the operating system level of involvement, OS level of activity, all these are called as infra level basis. And all the activities which involves the SAP GUI or maybe the NetWeaver administrator for Java systems level of interaction, these are called the application basis. So after your cloud migrations, your role will change from infrastructure basis to application basis, because infrastructure will be completely owned by SAP.
Okay.
Your OS and database related activities will go off, but your application related basis activities will still be there.
Okay. Similar with RISE.
Yeah, similar with RISE. Same thing.
Okay.
But that will become more challenging for you because you have to adapt to the situation. You have to look for the workarounds, how you can do your analysis, because as of now you have the worst level of access, so you can go and find any log or what is happening on the system, right? But going forward,
Yes.
once it is migrated to cloud environment, you don't have any OS level access, any database level access. So you have to work very smartly in order to get into the depth of any of the issues reported by the customer. So your role will become more critical in terms of your troubleshooting and uh, consulting part.
Okay.
You have to create the correct SR, service request, for any of the situation provided by the customer, because customer doesn't know what this issue is about. You have to do your analysis and you have to find the correct category of the service request which needs to be created for RISE team. Okay. Similarly, for development team, this will be your role will also change. There are a lot of different models of your customizations and configurations in your cloud environment. Hmm. So you have to also adapt to the situation. REST API model you have to work on. You have to have you Kaushik, have you gone through the RAP and CAP model of programming on cloud? Anyone ABAP here? No one. Okay. And from the functional point of view, again, the same thing. There will be a lot of chaos happening, and earlier when using the S/4HANA system on-premise environment, you guys are using it through the SAP GUI and all. But in BTP environment, the SAP cloud environment, it will be a different look and feel. Though there are not much changes from the functional standpoint, your functionality will still be there, but the level of customization may go down. So you have to adapt to the situation where you will be able to cater the same solution to the customer in a standard way, rather than suggesting for the customizations and all. You have to stick to the standard solutions provided by SAP, and you have to convince the customer to shape their current requirement into the standard configurations provided by SAP. So this will be a challenge for functional team also. There are a lot of scenarios which are pre-built scenarios provided by the SAP in SAP HANA Cloud. Okay, so you have to get WAS, you have to get your hands-on practice with those scenarios like B2B scenarios, cash and procurement and everything. All these kind of scenarios you have to go through in the SAP HANA Cloud environment, and you have to grasp all the concept, and then you can start working on. We will start, once there is an overview completed, once everyone is very much comfortable about their module in BTP environment, we will start doing a mock drills and mock runs of the demo systems with the demo systems. Okay, wherein you'll be engaged in the scenario configurations, and we will be engaged in delivering the demo session to the dummy customer. Okay, so for the functional team also, I would request you to please go through all the scenarios, the pre-built scenarios which are available in the SAP HANA Cloud environment. For that, we'll be maintaining our demo repository, or maybe the demo database, info base. Okay, so I think this was just a small overview of BTP, how it is going to happen. But I would still recommend you guys to please go through this article, the one which I provided you guys, the BTP architect. Okay, solution architect, because that will give you a fair idea, at least a overview of all the BTP services available in your system and how you are going to pursue all these things. I just pasted one screenshot. If you can go through that, this will give you a kind of an overview for different modules, that what are the learning materials or what are the path going forward from the BTP standpoint for you guys. Like for BTP development, you have to work on these 3-4 areas, like BTP development using Kyma runtime environment, using BAS, Business Application Studio, using Integration Suite, and CAP model, RAP model. All these are for the BTP development developers. For the HANA Cloud, these are the HANA Cloud administrator. If you see the section HANA Cloud development, HANA Cloud modeling, and HANA Cloud administration. Administration comes under basis, cloud modeling comes under ABAP development. Again, HANA Cloud development is also under development, but this is low code, no code area. So basis team can also explore on these options. ABAP Cloud environment, this is completely into development. And if you see the last option, low code, no code, anyone can explore on these options. Apart from this, there is a security, BTP security area, which where you have to work on from the basis and security point of view. These are very important things. I will provide you. I think once you go through that session, you will get the links in that session only, in that course, with all the solutions in your respective area. So security part is also there. Plus there are some AI core things available, generative AI for BTP. That is also very important for us. And SAP Signavio, you might have heard about. So all these are new technologies. We have to adapt very fast, and these are very important. Hello. ठीक है. Any question, any doubt so far?